Hi there, and welcome to this short tutorial on adding effects to static images in the Adaptive Wallpaper Changer app. There are a couple of ways to access this screen. One is to simply tap on a wallpaper on the main screen. The other is on the Add Wallpaper screen, after locating images on your device and adding them. From here, we can perform a few modifications to the wallpapers. Don't worry, any changes made will be saved to the app separately, so they won't modify the original image. If at any time you find the small window to be in the way, you can simply drag it with the purple bar. Or, if you'd like to minimise it, the down arrow to the far right will let you properly view the image underneath. Each modification you can make to an image in the app is separated into different tabs along the top here. Let's start with the Colour menu. Here you can change the brightness and contrast of an image, or add a sepia effect. Turn it black and white. You can make it look like a sketch, or you can invert the colours. The Colour filter allows you to give an image a tint. You can select what colour you like from the colour wheel and change the brightness of that colour with the top slider, or the transparency with the bottom. When you save the changes, the thumbnail in the main menu will update to reflect it. Note that you can either edit the numeric values here or use the slider to increase or decrease them. On to the effects menu now. Stencil, like the other effects, allows you to enter a number or use the slider, but it also has an icon. Tap on it to view all of the shapes you can use as a stencil for your image. Other effects include swirl, which twists the image around the centre, or the vignette filter, which fades the image around the edges. Toon filter turns images into cartoon versions of themselves. The top slider controls the threshold value, which is where the edges of an image are turned black and cartoony. The lower the value, the more the edges are highlighted, whereas the bottom slider is the quantization value that determines how similar colours blend together to make an image look like it has a cartoon's simple colours. Blur is exactly how it sounds. The higher the value, the blurrier the image will look. Pixelate emulates the effect of lowering the resolution of an image, a bit like old 8-bit games. Kuwahara filter is normally used to reduce the noise of an image, but we can also have some fun with higher values, giving images a similar effect to a watercolour painting. Round edges is an effect that simply adds a round border to your image. There's a few neat tricks here. In the orientation menu, you can change the border colour of round edges, and even the colour of the stencil, by tapping Border Colour. followed by ticking the Add Border option or giving it a value of 0. Note, however, that this does not work with the vignette filter. OK, while we are discussing the orientation menu, similar to the tricks you can do with changing the colour of the stencil or round edges, you can use the Add Border setting and change the colour of the background when you rotate the image, stretch it, centre the image, or crop it in any way. All these settings are fairly straightforward, so I won't go through each one in detail. To preview how each wallpaper will look on your screen when it gets changed, you can go to the Options menu and tap on the bottom button, Set as Current Wallpaper. One thing that is worth mentioning though, is that some launchers will change how a wallpaper looks on the screen. This can make them look cropped, zoomed in, or even stretched across multiple screens. There is nothing much the app can do to help with these circumstances, as each launcher is different. However, you might try stretching the image or adding a border if it doesn't look right. Also, try going into the launcher settings and see if you can modify anything there, such as making wallpapers non-scrollable. For example, the wallpaper you currently see is a result of the launcher attempting to span it across 3 different home screens, instead of just the one, like it was intended. Other options on this screen include Apply Current Modifications to all images. If you are editing multiple images, this basically applies the same changes you made to the current image to all the other images too. Reset Modifications will remove all effects you've applied and return the image to its original state. At the start of the tutorial, remember I mentioned that no modifications made are saved to your original image. The Export Modified Image to File button is useful here if you'd actually like to save these changes to a new image file. Finally, Title at the top lets you change the name of the wallpaper. This is basically the name you will see when on the main screen and looking at each wallpaper in the lists. Again, don't worry, it will not modify the name of the original image file on your device. To exit or save the changes made, tap the back button and a dialog will be shown, asking if you'd like to keep or discard them. That's about all for this tutorial. If you'd like to know more about something, ask away in the comments. Thanks for watching.